Oh, hey everybody, it's Pastor Mike again. We're here in the entryway of our church and just plugging in the Christmas lights on our Christmas tree. All of the decorations have been put up this year, and we're excited to start seeing the festiveness of the season. But I am always drawn towards light around this time of the year. We spend so much time hanging lights on our Christmas tree, putting lights on our rooftops, illuminating our yards and illuminating signs throughout town. In the downtown with the different wonderful lights that they put up. Light is part of the Advent season. And it is a time in which we can truly help things look, give them a sense of beauty and to adorn them with glory. And so that's what we're doing here. But as we think about that, I also reflect on, I spend so much time putting up Christmas lights. Do I spend the same amount of time on the light of my life? Do I try and illuminate my life so that others can see and can ultimately see Jesus Christ? And that's what I want to share with you today. We have our devotional. Our church devotional is unwrapping the names of Jesus. And today's devotion is actually called The Light of the World. And it's focused on John 1:9. Where it says, the true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. That's the true light of Advent, is Jesus Christ. And that's what our focus as believers should and always be during this time. The author of our devotional writes a simple sentence that I think has power. It says, Jesus illuminates our lives with his brilliance, shining into every nook and cranny. The light of Jesus Christ shines into every aspect of not only our world, but also into our lives. Jesus said in the Gospel of John, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. And you hear what Jesus is saying. If you follow after him, if you follow after his light, you will never walk in the darkness of the world. Your path will be clearly illuminated, and the glory of God will be revealed to you. And that to me is what Christmas represents. Is that Jesus Christ came into our world, into a world filled with darkness and despair and hopelessness and sin. And Christ has illuminated all of those aspects. And he has done so that we can see his glory and we can follow after him. David in the Psalms says, in your light we see light. And so in the light of Jesus Christ, we see the true light coming to pass. And so that's what we focus on this season, is that Christ is the light of the world. But then he gives us a challenge. He gives us a charge in Matthew's Gospel, verse 5, 14 through 16. It says, you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before all, so that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. Again, I go back to how much time do we spend preparing our lights? For we are the light of the world. That's what Christ tells us. As we believe in him, we need to reflect his light. And so are we focusing on that this Advent season? Or are we simply participating in trying to beautify the world around us? Let's try and beautify our own lives. Let's allow ourselves to be a reflection of God's glory God's grace, God's mercy. Our world needs to see the light of Christ, and we are the ones that are called to reflect it. Now more than ever, the light of Christ needs to flow through our lives so that others can see Him clearly and can follow after Him. Amen? Amen. And I want to thank you again for joining us. It is a blessed time, but it's also a time in which we are not as together as we'd like. So we continue to broadcast our live stream services on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to those and get notifications on all of that. But also with our devotional, you can stop by the church and pick this up. Or if you're unable to get out, call the church office and we can mail you out a copy. It is a wonderful resource to allow us to be the light of Christ. So go forth, share God's glory with those around you. We love you, we miss you, and we'll see you soon.